Wassail. So it's a blindingly beautiful day today. The sun is pouring down on me. I can't see the screen at all, but I thought it would be nice to do another Ascended Masters reading now that all of the planets are genuinely moving forwards for the next 44, 43 days. So let's see what messages we have, and if any Ascended Master please would like to come forwards and deliver us some kind of message. So we have two. We have Joan of Arc, the voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. And we have Quan, care and compassion. Choose to be love, do what is right for everyone involved and offer a helping hand. So the immediate message that I'm getting from these two Ascended Masters is that we need to stand in our truth. Mercury is no longer retrograde, and so we need now to voice our concerns about things that are going on around us. And they don't necessarily have to be huge things. They could just be small things among your friends and family, but you need to stand in your truth. A lot of the planets, Jupiter, Ceres, Pluto and Saturn, are all slightly wiring at the moment through Mercury. So that means the sacral, the lower heart, Jupiter, which is the thyroid and thymus, and then the spine, are all being wired through that area. So it's about releasing fears and trying to find love to put back into your sacral, but that has to begin with self-love, and that's Ceres. Okay, so I'm going to go with a big fat stack of the Good Tarot mixed with Colette Baron Reid's Spirit Animal deck, so that we get a nice mixed message from Joan and Quan. So please, do you have a message that you would like to share with us? Do you have a message that you would like to share with us? So we have one card. It's so far giving us just animal spirits. All animal spirits. Interesting. So I put a double, two decks together, and all seven cards are animals coming through. So I'm hearing that the main focus we have to have is our place in the earth. It's the Saturnian lower heart energy. We have Koi spirit, it's green, it's the lower heart chakra. It's a 36. There's always enough is the message of Koi spirit. 3 and 6 is the polarity frequency of the molecules that bounce in and out of every cell. It's those things that are in 2 dimensions at one time. So this is about moving dimensions. So dropping your frequency, removing things, finding your place in the earth, again that thing of grounding at the moment into a new earth frequency. But also it's Koi spirit is saying you have to imagine that your new frequency draws the energies to you of an alternative dimensional reality, and you have to allow yourself to navigate and move through that. So, I'm just turning all the cards to look at them. So we have Lizard Spirit, Hawk Spirit, and Chameleon Spirit. Yeah, so the message, Lizard Spirit 38, is dream the world into being. Dream the world into being. So that's when I'm saying from the Koi Spirit card, that notion of believing in the frequency changes that you're undergoing, because there's massive energetic changes taking place at the moment. In my sound healing practice, a year ago, people would come and they would have individual signatures, and that's all changed. People are coming in and there's a kind of collective energy swirling, as if the cosmos is now totally turning everything on its head. And that's partly why at the moment the world is experiencing this sense of fear around things. It's to try and isolate you from these changes. These changes are inevitable, and if you allow the fear to take hold in your heart, you're going to reflect more fear from your heart, and you're not actually living in your Joan of Arc truth. We need to wire into Quan Yin's care and compassion. Keep a focus on the care and compassion side of your energy. So we have Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. This is a reminder that this is 32, so we've got 3832, which is worth a Google Angel number search. Hawk is saying it's about, the two heart chakras are trying to be rewired at the moment, and the important part at the moment is for us to expand the Saturn energy. Venus is not in this cluster. Venus is in a completely different position, and it's shining its light directly. But the natural world's lower heart chakra is actually at the moment traveling through Mercury's energy to be voiced. And that's why voice of truth, Joan of Arc, is we have to start speaking up for the abuses taking place in the planet and finding our place in the world to exist. And then we have 14, chameleon spirit, act as if. Now look, chameleons can change their appearance, and this is about changing your frequency, being adaptable, and trying to remove the fears so that you can actually flow with compassion, and that will actually bring you more into the energy of the new frequencies that are around you. So dream your world into being, act as if it's there, just state a new truth that you wish to live by and believe that it is coming towards you. Be stationary and calm. Go to sleep at night and tell your guides how you're looking forward to shifting up to a higher dimensional reality. And when you wake, small changes will have taken place because you've begun to draw that alternative frequency of abundant joys towards you, okay? So I'm just taking these other animal spirit cards, since we are clearly with the animal spirits this morning. So we have hyena, which is fire. Hyena is sitting like a gatekeeper between yin and yang, night and day, light and dark, fear and love. Hyena is, I'm getting a kind of sense of like the Fool card in the tarot. The hyena is the dog biting at your trouser leg and trying to stop you from moving forwards and stopping you from dreaming your world into being. And then we have dragonfly. Dragonflies are ancient and unchangeable energies. And, okay. I get the sense that this dragonfly is completely stationary. Okay, so it's stationary because chameleon spirit's gonna flick its tongue out and swallow it. It's time to take off. It's time for a new journey. It's time to speak a new truth into being. The more you voice this new reality that you wish to live in, the more that frequency will come towards you and you will keep hopping dimensions. And we have oyster. And this is the treasured pearl of this new beginning, snapped shut inside. Again, that sense of non-movement. It's time to move. It's time to get up and engage and flow. Okay? So, we have Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. And Bobcat is... Hang on. There's something very... Okay, there's something very sad in Bobcat at the moment. It's... You need to wake up to the mysteries around you. Bobcat is saying we are trapping ourselves in fear again, and the cosmos is bringing the most massive energetic shifts at the moment, and every time you fall into a pit of fear, you're not undermining, you're not abusing, I can't find the word, please help me with the word. It's like dissing, you're dissing the cosmos's gifts, okay? So this is Quan Yin energy, this is about care and compassion and collaboration. The ant spirit, time to collaborate, it's card number 1, and I always used to think it's very odd that the new beginning number is about more than one. You'd imagine it to be a multiple number because ants work in colonies. But what it's really saying to us is it's time to collaborate in oneness, because behind the veil of fear, through the tiny pinholes at the back of our consciousness and the world that we see, is the world of spirit. And the world of spirit is all about oneness. So all the while we keep imagining we are just us and that there's no collective out there, we are dishonoring spirit. We need to collaborate with spirit teams, with dead ancestors. Everyone's out there trying to help us to find this truth and to shine. And we have peacock spirit. Let it shine. This is throat chakra. So this again is the voice of truth energy. We've got to find that energy of truth. It's like it's flowing in with dragonfly energy, in that dragonfly is stationary and can't take off, and chameleon's just waiting to change its frequency and gobble up the dragonfly and be reborn as something new. And to be reborn as peacock means to open your eyes. Okay, so to spread your eyes on everything and to look at everything for its mistruths. There are so many mistruths swirling around in the energy, and this energy of fear is designed to stop you collaborating with the oneness that exists behind the veil. So can we please have some animal cards to go under Bobcat, Ant and Peacock? Bobcat, Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we have Fox, which is Earth. And Fox has got a lot to do with, in this card, solar plexus, the sun, and Ceres, the sacral. Fox survives anything. Okay, so this is a card talking about being a spiritual warrior. Bobcat, trust in Bobcat. Be fox, be cunning. Open your eyes of peacock spirit and begin to witness the ability to transform the world around you. In this card, the energy frequency is all tiny dots. And this is about kind of when your eyes are open to the veils that are around the fear, you can break all the molecules of the fear into small pieces. So instead of them being dense lumps that are caught within your auric field, it's about being able to separate all of the molecules so that the new energies can flow through, because you no longer have the rigid structures of fear blocking you. And we have a card of spirit. We have the golden egg. This is the heart chakra, waiting for the rebirth in the solar eclipse. There's a real sense in this card of harvest, and this right now we're in a full moon in Virgo, which is a harvesting energy, but it also links to, and it's vernal equinox, it links to the autumnal equinox that takes place later in the year around August, September. This egg is waiting to hatch, and in this next 6 months we have the ability to hatch that egg, but you have to collaborate with spirit to join your heart together. And then we have the fire sign of Scorpio, and actually I'm getting a message with this card that when the new moon starts in Scorpio, there will be a huge new spark of life. It's also telling me that it's time to spark yourself, to almost sting yourself out of fear. Oh, okay, so there's things we need to shed, and they're gonna hurt us. And for a lot of people, it's more comfortable to stay in the frequency of fear than it is to move to the frequency of love. Because when we move to the frequency of love, things shed, things change, and then suddenly we reach a plateau and we feel like the work we've done has led nowhere. But it's because there's so many layers that we have to remove. And so with every layer, you're proving to spirit, you're collaborating with spirit, that you're willing to move forwards. But then spirit will send another test to see if you're strong enough to hold your spiritual warrior frequency. So I'm going to go to this tarot deck with more animals. So please, Joan of Arc, Quan, what other message do you have? Time to take off. What other message do you have? Ooh, lot of cards. So we have the Eight of Swords, the chrysalis. This is dragonfly. This is waiting for the rebirth, chameleon spirit, waiting to change and transform into something new. And then we have two cards, 9-9, telling us that this spiritual warrior pathway, this staircase towards the moon at the top, is to do with, and this card is strong independence. It's usually a very feminine energy and it's very sacral, but it's about how you've almost gathered, because it's 99, which is the master number of the 9th dimension. This is cosmic magic that is so bobcat mysterious that you can't even begin to imagine where it's going, but you are just one fragment away, and it's an energetic fragment, but it's not an internal one. It's the internal work needs to be done, the shadow work needs to be performed, but this is about bringing you into a new frequency physically in the earth. So almost to have done the shadow work, and then to, as Fox said, to separate all the molecules, to bring your energy frequency to resonate, to shake it, to excite it, so that the new energies can enter in, to get you to that 100th moment, that little extra piece. And then we have Judgment. It's lovely when Judgment turns up this year, because it's 2020. So this is about a rebirth, flying up from all these dark fears and rising up. So the dragonfly not being eaten by chameleon, but being transformed. So the chameleon eats the dragonfly to transform that stuck energy into a release, so that you can be, it is a kind of a rebirth. And it's particularly noticeable because the next card we have is the Fool, the beginning card. So we had that sense earlier with Hyena. The hyena energy is stopping us. The fear energy is the little dog pulling us back. It's time to be born from the golden egg. So this is the sacral reborn, loving yourself in a much greater way. And then we have the Father of Swords, which is to be zen with our thoughts, to be in a new frequency, thinking differently. Because if you can manage to slide through a new frequency during dream time or meditation time, then you will have had to have settled your thoughts to achieve this little piece of cosmic magic. And you have the Wheel of Fortune, and in the Wheel of Fortune, it's about untangling everything. See, look, you're being gifted with all of the stuff to cut all of these energetic ties that are holding you back, the fears, with your sword of truth, with this wonderful, it's the perfect match. You're being given the cosmic frequencies to adapt and to change. So I'm just going to ask, I kind of want some kind of other oracle. Oh, Sufi wisdom. I didn't even take them out of their box, but now I know that they're the end that we require for this. I also didn't ring the bell. I'm going to ring the bell before we end. So you see, the bell isn't clear. There's a really stuck, turgid kind of energy. We've got to find the truth. We've got to start to move into Joan of Arc, voice the truth, and bring that care and compassion of Quan into our frequency, so that we can start to skip through new dimensional portals. So can we please have, this card's coming out a lot just at the moment. Can we have one more card, please? Oh, 2. This card's coming up a lot. So we begin with way of faith. Way of faith is all of these separate molecules. You've got to have faith that you can break through the blockages that you have, that you can bust open all of the molecules in a frequency to allow the energies of your aura and your soul to draw through and to reach and pull in the new dimensional frequencies that are coming towards you. The earth is here to help you. I am hearing that it's to do with lower heart, we are trying to head towards this combining of the two hearts, but this is place in the earth, voice your truth, your care and compassion for the planet. It's about your earth magic need to transform and pull in different energies happens through connecting with the earth. And then we have imagination. Draw from the well of your own capabilities. And the energy in this card has all kinds of cosmic frequencies. There's almost, it's like, yeah, that's really quite beautiful. There's almost, when we talked earlier about this new beginning with the chick energy, in this beautiful magenta-filled card, there's almost a little bird tumbling down with this egg. It's the gift that the cosmos is offering to us. It's to change our frequency, to bring ourselves into a truth, to shine a new energy. And then we end with make friends. This card's really important, and it's coming in with the earlier message. Friendship is the alchemy of success. This is collaboration. Make friends with you, with your spirit team, with your guides. Seek through your imagination, draw from the well of your own capabilities to bring about new energy. There is always enough, was the key energy, but you have to trust the enough. And you have to let your truth shine forwards if you want to get there. So that's the message from Joan of Arc and Quan Yin, and I hope that it's helpful to you. Shift some dimensions, get yourself between worlds. Okay, wassail, bye.